This is Mentoring Moments for Moms. This is Gail Anderson. Glad to see you all today. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be talking about several things today, but all of them have to do with making bedtimes for your kids less stressful. Talked about a lot of different things last week, and again, if you are interested in watching those past scopes, please go to catchme.com/Gail_Anderson. And that link is in my profile as well, so you don't need to figure out and remember the whole thing to get there. Just go to my profile, click on that link, you'll get to Catch Me, and you will see all past scopes. So what are you all up to today? What are you doing that's fun with your kids? Let's hear from some of you what's going on. Thank you. Good to see all of you. Another question I have is, what is your hint for putting your kids in bed and getting them to stay there? Caleb's napping because he's been cranky. Well, at least he's napping. Good thing, Courtney. I'm glad for that. There are those days, aren't there? Every day is not perfect. Things do not just flow into place. And even though we're talking about hints to do things, you got to realize, even with me, it wasn't always like this. Things didn't always go smoothly. Equestrian camp during spring break. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Hi, Andrea. Good to have you with us. Okay, when I had my two kids, I felt like bedtime was kind of negotiable. I mean, my husband and I didn't even have a specific routine as to who was going to put the boys to bed. So you can imagine they would take advantage of that, especially if we were outside in the summertime, playing and doing different things. They would just not say anything, we would not say anything, and all of a sudden my husband and I would look at each other and say, hey, these kids should be in bed. Who's putting these kids to bed? So it had to be a deal where we decided who was going to do it and start the process. But as we had more children, as you can imagine, things had to be a little bit more scheduled. And I found that having a routine for them and having a schedule of when they go to bed is very, very helpful. You do that now, have a routine or a schedule, or just kind of do whatever, whenever? Yeah. Okay, let us know about that. If you like what you're hearing, please tap the screen, give me some hearts to show me you're enjoying this. And another thing is, if you want to share this scope, please swipe to the right and you can share this with some of your friends. Okay, so when we had numbers 3, 4, and 5, which if you've been listening, we had them in very quick succession, we really had to get a little bit more specific about the bedtimes. First of all, we needed that. We needed that definitely. Okay, here's her answer. We realized the time and then rush off to bed. Right. So you're rushing with them to get them in bed. And besides that, you're tired out and don't really have time for each other either. So we found that having a consistent bedtime was good for the kids as well as for us. Now, the first thing I want to mention in this whole bedtime routine is make sure that your naps are not too long. If your children are tired during the day, that's fine. But if you've got them sleeping, you know, if they're preschoolers and they're sleeping till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, what's going to happen when you put them down at 7:30 or 8? They're not going to go to sleep. And that's not your purpose. You don't want them just laying in bed. So you want to make sure their naps are not too long in the afternoon or too late, because that can really affect their bedtime schedule. Again, that consistency, that routine is so important. It builds security in a child. They just know this is what we do, and it's also easier for them to accept. They don't fight so hard. When you have several exceptions over and over and over again, they will continue to push against the rules, push against the boundaries, push against that routine because they've seen it broken. With your kids should be just a bonding time for you, a time where you can really share and talk about things and prepare for bed and make it a happy time. Again, today, everybody who's on, I do want to remind you that we have a blog at kirbyanderson.com. The link is in your profile. Would love for you to follow us. We blog on marriage and parenting and personal development and health. A lot of the stuff that I talk about too, but my stuff is really directed toward you stay-at-home moms, working moms, and stay-at-home dads too. All these things can help you. So glad you're listening. Appreciate it. Let your friends know about this. And you also can go to the Catch Me, which is a link in my profile, to see all the past scopes. Everything that I've done is being saved there so that you can look at that on your own time. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms, my time to connect with you and you guys to connect with each other. So thanks for being here today. See you again soon.